Don't forget, join us on the 14th, Friday the 14th of November. We're going to be doing a 12-hour live stream.
12 hours.
Continuous, right? To raise money for the victims of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. There's a lot of people down there been suffering. So come, join us. We're going to raise money. It's going to be chaos.
We are raising money for 12 hours. I know something that you cannot believe. Jamaica, we have a charity stream. You know them way there, man. You know them way there. Come on, fam.
Join us on Friday. It's going to be mayhem.
Yes, people, welcome back to another edition of the Saturday Football Show, brought to you live on DR Sports, presented by myself. Today, we've got James Toon, we've got Quams in the building, and we've got Nick as well to take us through the next hour.
You got Rambo next to you, bro.
You know when they say t-shirt muscles?
Yeah.
He's just done 20.
He's just come from the gym, yeah.
I was getting my pump in. I had to look good for the show, mate. I'm next to you.
Yeah.
This guy's always showing me up. I had to.
Come on, man.
Love
Don't do that. Good to see all you boys. How are we?
Yeah, all good.
Very good.
All good.
Could have been better, but we're all right.
Yeah.
Could have been better.
Could have been better.
Yeah.
Well, in a way, I'm happy it isn't. Just because we know what you're talking about. Manchester United two drawers today over at Tottenham. You're at the game. We're going to come to for that expert analysis very shortly. But right now it's 65 minutes gone at the Stadium of Light. It's Sunderland 1, Newcastle. Arsenal 1. Bukayo Saka just in the last 5-10 minutes has scored a near post right-footed goal that wasn't from a set piece. It was from open play, that must be said, and Dan Ballard smashed one in after winning a duel from a very deep free kick to give Sunderland a 1-0 lead going into half time. Interesting game, this one, in the balance with half an hour to go. Also looking ahead to the Wolves-Chelsea game. As we know, Pereira, the manager, gone. So they have an interim manager in today. Chelsea looking to add salt to the wound against Wolves and get a few more points on the board. That one kicks off at 8 o'clock today. We'll have the team news for you as soon as possible. But smash that like button, get your comments in. Did your team win today? I'm talking Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, National League, Saturday football, right? Yeah. Did your team win? Did you play today?
No, we didn't. We're Sunday League.
Right, so
and I will not be playing because Leeds will be absolutely dispatching of Nottingham Forest tomorrow, but that we will get into slightly later.
I'm sure. I've actually got Forest in my final one standing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Listen, it's not personal, it's just business.
Business is big. I hear it.
I'm doing it right, bro. If Forest win, I go into round 9.
Oh, right.
And is that Forest at home?
Yeah. It is, right?
It's not bad shot.
Forest at home.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
No, listen, I've used all the big boys anyway.
I don't mind it.
Is what it is. Declan Rice puts it out to Bukayo Saka as Arsenal try and get a winner here at the Stadium of Light. Saka crosses it and it's punched away, and a chance here for Zuba Mendy! He's in the ball!
Finish it! Oh my days, man!
Crashes one off the crossbar.
I can't buy anything, man.
And I tell you what, the Black Cats certainly do have 9 lives tonight.
Come on.
Or will they?
How are you feeling about this so far?
I'm quite happy at the minute, obviously. The keeper should have done a lot better for Saka's goal, which I was a bit annoyed about. But listen, if Arsenal drop points today and Liverpool win tomorrow, which I've predicted them to, then it could be a great weekend. But let's talk about the games that have already happened today, including a big win at home for Everton against Fulham. Everton with 3 disallowed goals in the game, as well as the 2 goals that they did score. So the scoreline is probably not even a reflection of the actual game itself, where Fulham really didn't offer anything. Idris Gueye with the goal just at the end of the first half, and Michael Keane, the much maligned Michael Keane, who pops up with a few important goals there for Everton. And if you look at the table, how it reflects for them, they jump up into 11th place, 3 points behind Liverpool as things stand before tomorrow's games. Massive win that for Everton, because again, Fulham, you know, this was an opportunity for them to claw up some places in the table, especially with, you know, the likes of Newcastle, Brentford and Villa all playing tomorrow. But that's a big win for Everton.
Yeah, big win. There was a lot of pressure on David Moyes for some reason this week, where they were talking about that his managerial spot could be under pressure towards the end of the season. But I feel like he's done a good job, or he's doing a good job at Everton. Obviously, they were struggling to kind of find the goals, but you know, was it Ndiaye?
First win in a month in the league.
Yeah. First win. So I mean, it was a big win for them against Fulham. Again, like Fulham, you kind of question, they're such a yo-yo team. You know what I mean? Like they can perform one week and then the next week they're not. So look, it was a good win. Keane obviously getting a good goal as well, a header. So that was good. But the question marks over Fulham, but Everton, I guess they're sitting in that mid-table, not mid-table, just 11th place, as you said.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Not the best performance there from Fulham, but in terms of Everton, James, they are on the back of not so good run of form, but they've gone 4 points clear of their opponents today. So it was a very tidy and controlled 2-0 victory, wasn't it?
Very tidy and controlled, and as you said before, very much needed because it's so tight down there. It's so hard to predict these games. I mean, I have a very invested interest with this half of the table, unfortunately, and everyone is taking points off each other every week. You can't predict who's going to perform. And as you say, mate, Fulham now only 1 point behind us, only 1 point off the drop off of West Ham. They find themselves in a really dangerous position. Now, Everton, as you say, if they hadn't won that game, West Ham win and all of a sudden they piggyback them, who have had a horrific start to the season. So with Everton, I think it's too early to say, obviously, whether Moyes is going to be calm there, whether they're going to do the job, but definitely was a assured performance today and definitely convincing victors on the day.
If you're a Fulham fan, though, Nick, at the minute, you know, Kwam's just there cleverly mentioned the fact that they are a bit of a yo-yo team. They don't seem to find much consistency. But I mean, I've got a Fulham fan that was at the game today up in Liverpool, Jack Collins, who's a friend of the show, and he's starting to worry a little bit because the names on paper should be nowhere near really the bottom half of the table. The names on paper that they do have, but why isn't it clicking there for Marco Silva at the minute after such a good season last year?
Well, the names are good, but I don't know if they're quite like, for example, if I look at Everton, for example, I think they've got much better quality players compared to a Fulham. They didn't really invest all that much in the summer. They sold a few players as well, so it's just Fulham right now feel a little bit, I don't want to say stale, but just it feels a little bit like stagnated at the moment. I don't know if that's because if it's the manager, if it's because the transfer window was poor, but I feel like this is what we're going to get from Fulham this season. I don't think it's ever going to get that high. Equally, I don't think it's ever going to get that low. I don't really expect them to be pulled into too much of a relegation battle, I don't think. So this is kind of where I expect Fulham to be going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the lineup there. Sessegnon, Bassi, Anderson, Tete, and Leno in goal. It's a very solid back five. Berg and Lukic, and then you've got Harry Wilson, who always seems to come up with a screamer. Alex Iwobi, Kevin, a lot of talk about this Kevin fella before the start of the season. Is it fair flattered to deceive a little bit so far with the price tag, with the hype that surrounds the name?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to look at like the last few games as well. Obviously, like they done well against Wolves, struggled against Wickham, Newcastle, obviously lost to us. So, yeah, I think it's not just about the names. It's just as a collective, they're struggling to find that consistency which you need. And as we've kind of mentioned as well, where everyone's taking points off of each other. So it's one of those things where these teams need to find a certain groove in order to push forward out of that mess, because the bottom end of the mess, if you get caught up in that, especially around Christmas, you're going to get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Josh King, Muniz, Chukwueze, Adama Traore, Emil Smith are all coming on for Fulham, so there is depth there. There is Premier League quality. And
Muniz is the key there, because back end of it, we were in for him big time, and they said no chance, mate. You're going to need 50 million for him, and he really turned it on in the back end of last season for them. 50? No, they meant 50. Believe me, we were haggling all window. And if it was 5, we might have actually done it instead of DCL. But they were kind of like, even last season, he was the key man in the back end of the season to really drive them up the table. He was firing on all cylinders. And you touch on Kevin there. I mean, I think it's too early to say, obviously. Very young, comes in with a lot of expectations, a lot of talk around him. And realistically, I was just looking at the stats. He's played 316 minutes total this year. Only 2 of those starting. The other one's 6 appearances off the bench. So it's very hard to judge someone like that. Obviously, when I watch him play, he has got a lot of quality. And there are a few standout names for Fulham. When you talk about Muniz, when you talk about Wilson, who's got a goal in him, when you talk about Kevin, it's just as an all-round unit. Kevin? They're just not very... They're not a very... Sorry.
Whenever, I mean, Alexis McAllister's brother is called Kevin McAllister because of the film. So.
There you go. There you go. There's fun fact for you, mate.
Fun fact. Learn something new every day, don't you? Every day.
The trivia king.
One names like that, it always feels weird.
It's
like
50-50.
Yeah, Fred is a Brazilian. That is not...
It doesn't feel right.
A Fred Zinho, maybe. But yeah, as you say, man, I think...
What, Terry?
As an overall team, they're just very weak. Like, they are very gettable, Fulham, and I've seen that a good few times this season. So it's obviously going to be a very, very tight one for them. And I think they'll be there or thereabouts in the relegation zone.
Yeah, big win that for Everton. 2-0 win at home, which, is on the back of a big 3-0 loss at home to Tottenham last week. West Ham make it 2 wins in a row under Nuno Espirito Santo. 3-2 against Burnley. It's the battle of the Clarets. And it wasn't the best, most entertaining watch, to be honest. The quality was fairly low. I was watching this earlier. But after Zian Fleming's goal, there was a goal by Callum Wilson, a real striker's finish, one that he kind of bundles over the line. Poacher's finish. Fox in the box. But this Fleming fella, I don't know if you saw his header, but right back across where it comes from, partner that with 2 really clever finishes last week for Burnley. They might have found someone here, maybe. I know they haven't won today, but he's scoring the goals. Yeah, no.
Again, another team where Burnley, Scotty Parker, he's done well with the squad that he's got, but I'm really happy with West Ham as well. I think they've really turned it around.
Have they turned a corner here?
I feel like they have turned a corner, people.
Someone's exploding.
Here we go. Leo Trossard.
The Sunderland hate watch is alive and real.
Oh yes, baby. I'm sorry, Burnley. I'm sorry, West Ham, but we have to pause it.
My friend.
We have to pause it because we got 2-1 up. Character. This is what they asked. Dan Ballard. You left us.
Him out.
No, I have to. Because I'm sick and tired of these former players always scoring against us. This is the test. Away from home, Stadium of Light. Can you come back? Can you deliver? At the moment we have.
As you've just probably heard, Arsenal have just made it 2-1 away at Sunderland, and it's a ball across by Zubimendi. Trossard picks it up, cuts back inside, some clever individual play.
Right.
How much time are they going to give him, mate?
He got a top bins.
Crashes it into the top.
He's been on fire. He has been on fire, even against Burnley, mate.
That is some
Oh my
One touch to get it out of his feet and drills it.
Oh,
top bins.
That is pretty much unsavable.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the only places he could hit it from that angle.
One of the best strikers of the ball in our team. I'll tell you this now.
And that's what you need when you're going to win league titles. You need players like that when the game isn't going the right way to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and do something like that. When you can't create a goal out of nothing, you need a long range.
And I generally wouldn't say Trossard. I wouldn't expect him to be that guy, but he's shown up a few little times now, hasn't he?
He has. He's done very well, and obviously I've questioned him starting on the left over Eze, but he's proven me wrong, and I can see why Arteta's obviously started him there, and he's delivered. He's delivered consistently now since the start of the season. So fair play to him. That's the reason why he got a contract extension.
But the injuries you have, this is his moment to really mark his stance there.
100%.
It's one of those strikes that, as a keeper, you just can't really get close to it because it goes into the roof of the net.
Yeah.
It goes into the roof of the net from 19 yards out. It's some finish from Trossard.
From a tight angle, it's hard to react so quickly. You don't expect that shot from there.
15 minutes plus injury time to see
Deal with these man. Deal with them.
Ironically, by the keeper's name, the roof of the net was tickled by that shot.
The roof is on fire.
That reminds me of my first year of uni. The DJ every Friday would say exactly that. Jeez, sausage. Akin in the chat.
Sausage.
Hey, you loved it, man. You loved it.
Akin in the chat says, big up Sunderland. A little bit too premature, that one, fella, because they have just gone 2-1 down. Let's go back then to the London Stadium. It was Zian Fleming's goal. Callum Wilson, responded. It was 1-0 at half time. And this substitution, Thomas Souček for West Ham. How many times now over the years have we seen him coming on, making an impact? He scored last week, scores this week. They're never the prettiest goals, I'll be honest. He makes himself a real handful when he's lurking at the back stick and he's trying to flick on crosses and get rebounds and tap-ins. But it was him on the 77th minute that gets the second after a mountain of subs from both teams. But Kyle Walker-Peters, once again, it's probably the ugliest 3 goals you're going to see in a 3-2 win for the home team, West Ham today. Kyle Walker-Peters again there for the rebound, and Josh Cullen, again, a really ugly goal, that one as well.
Yeah, Ariola dropped it, didn't he? Butterfingers.
Strike from Hannibal, good striker.
Good strike, very good strike,
But yeah, Areola dropped it. Luckily for West Ham, they were already 3-1 up. It made it 3-2, and they hung on in the end. And now, if you look at the table, if you're a West Ham fan, if you're a Hammer, that looks a lot better. 10 points now on the board, which they should have achieved a long time ago, as we know. But level on points with Burnley, 1 point behind Leeds and 1 point behind Fulham. Newcastle down to 14th today in the Premier League. But what does that win do for West Ham, boys? Because again, it's 2 now in a row for Nuno Espirito Santo. Not the prettiest, still conceding goals. But at this stage of the season, when you're just trying to get points on the board in the lead up to the busy Christmas period, they'll take them all day, won't they?
100%, man. I think it does a lot for them. I mean, you talk about turning points. Obviously, you'd been there a little bit before, but the Leeds game for me was a huge turning point. The first half actually went on for 57 minutes. We played them off the park, completely battered them. They really had nothing going in the game. Second half, it was like a completely different side came out under Nuno there. They were controlling the game. They were picking the ball around nicely. They couldn't quite get the end product going for them until the 90th minute, but they were a really threatening, dangerous side. And from that and from that moment, they've really kicked on. And I think Nuno himself is really, really underrated. I mean, you look at the job that he did back in the day at Wolves. Obviously, he didn't quite go for him at Spurs. Forest, very harshly sacked after the great job he did there.
Agreed.
I think the way he's got them playing, I know it's early to say, but I think they will have enough to survive. When I look at some of the other teams, you look at Burnley, for example. Burnley are a torrid footballing side. They are waiting for relegation. They cannot create anything.
With your Leeds hat on?
No, that's not my Leeds hat. That is me watching. That is my football hat.
Right,
It's a Leeds hat. I don't want any of them to do well. That's not good for me, mate. They're right 1 point behind us, and we've got Forest coming up next, who'll probably end up beating us. So we're going to be right in there. So, no, not from a Leeds perspective.
Oh my God. What a save from David Raya! What a save!
How have Sunderland not just scored there?
What
a free kick.
Come on!
Blank save.
It was a big,
hang in there, son.
big loop-in throw-in.
But yeah, Burnley they don't have
Ballard
any quality.
flicks it on.
With his elbow.
Ooh.
With his elbow.
No, shoulder. That's not elbow.
World class. Yeah?
That's a
That's
great
all them
double
goalkeeping
save.
videos we see when he's getting up quickly from the ground. Well done, son. Well done.
Yeah, Dan Ballard seems to have
Handballed it with
been winning his headers today. I think it is offside anyway. I think the flag did go up for offside, so
Arsenal was getting done by a set piece. The irony.
Who would have thought?
I think, with West Ham as well, he's kind of sorted out not sorted out the midfield, but everyone's now talking about Dan Potts. I remember when he first emerged into the first team.
You mean Freddie Potts?
Freddie Potts, I mean, yeah.
You're thinking of Dan Potts
downstairs, isn't it? Yeah.
And Dan Potts.
Yeah.
You know, I always make the same mistake. I was doing it on watch log. I was calling him Dan Potts the whole game.
They're saying he's the new Declan Rice.
They're saying that.
But he's good. He's brought a lot of
his
energy.
brother and dad all played for West Ham.
Yeah. I was listening to Joe Cole.
It's a family affair.
Yeah, so I think they've got that balance now in the midfield as well, which is good. But yeah, long may it continue. Wilson getting a cheeky goal, and he's saying that he could, or he would like to still be in a run-in to be selected by Thomas Tuchel.
Can't see that one.
It's not happening.
Can't see that one.
You never know.
He's not bad, man.
Under Kane, who else is there as a striker?
I know, but I just...
give me one.
No, I hear what you're saying. But
I
the thing
could
is...
pick 4 strikers before I'd pick him.
Yeah.
Watkins,
Yeah.
Tony.
Tony, I don't know, but
Tony is guaranteed goals.
Injured Delap.
I mean, they're all more likely than
Welbeck.
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 I'll go Welbeck over Wilson. Thing is, Wilson is so... I like it, but he's very injury prone. He's very stop and start. It's rare that he can really hit form. I feel like he hasn't really hit form properly since Bournemouth. I'm going to be real. He's had patches at Newcastle, and now, all right, he picks up a guy at West Ham, but when was the last time you actually saw Wilson put a run of games together?
5 or 10 games at least.
Yeah, he doesn't do it. Which is, it's...
But I think that's the key. If they can keep that front three fit, that front three is definitely enough for them to survive. Owen, Somerville, Wilson on the counter attack is lethal.
I think they're fine. I genuinely do.
West Ham overall,
I think Nuno is a good. I think he's like a pragmatic, functional enough manager to the point where he'll see the opposition, see their weaknesses, see their strengths, attack it, and sort of protect his team well enough. And then, like we say, you got the quality of Bowen, of Wilson, of Somerville. There's still quality in there. I think generally they'll be fine. They'll be all right.
Yeah, West Ham happy with the win today. That's now 2 wins in a row. looking on to the next game where obviously they'll want to make it 3 in a row before before the international break. Let's not forget we're 40 minutes away from kick-off at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea versus Wolves. I can give you the lineups now. In goal for Chelsea: Sanchez, the right back Gusto, Fofana, Chalobah and Cucurella. In midfield, Enzo and Moises Caicedo, Pedro Neto, João Pedro, Alejandro Garnacho, and a return to the Premier League for Liam Delap, leading the line tonight for Chelsea.
Guy, the MMA guy.
And on the bench, Achimpong, Tosin, Esteval, Gittins, Mark Guiu, Hato, Reece James on the bench tonight as well, and Andre Santos joins him. For Wolves, though, in a game which could, under James Collins, prove to be a bit of a new start, a fresh leaf, a manager bounce they'll be hoping for. Sam Johnston in goal, Chachua, Santiago Gomez, Crechi, Totti Gomez, Hugo Bueno, João Gomez, Andre Trindade, Bellegarde, Strand Larsen and Hwang Hee-chan. Do we give Wolves any chance tonight, considering the form that they're in? You know, Chelsea themselves need to win as many games as possible to cement that top 4 place before the end of the season finishes. But when you look at the form going into this, will Wolves be helped a little bit knowing that Sunderland came here last week and won?
You could argue yes, but Sunderland are playing a lot better football than Wolves are right now. So yes and no. I also feel like Chelsea, if Wolves can get anything out of this game, will come down to how good Chelsea are under there. Because we know if Chelsea turn up, Wolves haven't got a chance. So it's just about whether or not Chelsea will turn up, to give them a chance or not.
Yeah, Wolves rock bottom of the table, James.
2 points.
0 wins out of 10 games, 2 points on the table, minus 15 goal difference. Which areas can they hurt Chelsea in tonight?
It's at the back, isn't it? Centre back.
Yeah. The back, as you say.
That's where I watched them in the week against, was it Karabakh, where they drew 2-2, and obviously it was on that left side. Obviously Cucurella, I know how good he is, but it's the centre back pairings that's always a problem.
Chance for Sunderland, is that a pen?
Again, David Raya! Again! He didn't even know where the ball was!
He got up. Nah. That needs to be memed. He got up, right? He got up, chest out, like, I've done this, and then realised the ball hadn't gone off the pitch.
Let's have another look at that. The ball comes quite centrally through to the Sunderland striker.
It just seems too easy, the ball going through over the top.
Mate, Sunderland have played well, man.
That touch has got to be
They've
better,
asked questions of you all game long. So, yeah, look, right.
I think he was genuinely just looking for the ball.
Yeah.
That touch has got to be better, though, hasn't it?
Was that not like a look at the fans, as if to say?
He didn't even know.
Nah. You weren't looking for the ball.
Yeah,
that was a. That was a. Oh, I'm tough.
Yeah,
I'm tough.
Aura.
Yeah. It didn't work. It didn't work.
I'm not sure.
Might be giving him a bit too much credit for that. But if they are going to get anything to bring it back to that, it will be the set pieces. I think Chelsea actually have looked quite susceptible from set pieces in recent weeks, depending on which Chelsea show up. Otherwise, Wolves, I don't see having the quality to win the midfield battle. I mean, maybe Hwang Hee-chan, maybe he can get himself involved in there if he can exploit Gusto down that left-hand side for them. Otherwise, you are going to be looking for the set pieces. But I'm actually really interested to see how this João Pedro Delap link-up works here. Obviously, Delap's been out for a long period of time. João Pedro has been saying, I'm a natural number 9, but going 5 games in a row without a single shot on goal, which isn't the best thing you want for a number 9. And he's a great facilitator of play. So I think that link-up between João Pedro and Delap could look really good. And I'm actually really excited to see how Chelsea
these were the two
today.
kind of forwards, out-and-out number 9s. Even though Maresca says that himself that João Pedro is not a 20-goal-a-season striker. But those are the two names they brought in, and they've been waiting to really bed them in and obviously gel them, get that chemistry going. They haven't really had the chance yet because of injury, lack of form, suspension as well for Delap. I mean, if that partnership works, Pedro and Delap, Chelsea could score bucket loads. But if it doesn't, and they've obviously got Neto and Garnacho supporting, can they find goals from elsewhere if it isn't those two? Because those are the big two names that came in to score the goals.
But this is the thing. So I said this on the preview show when Chelsea were going up against Spurs, and I said that when I look at Chelsea, I don't know where the main source of goals is coming from. Having said that, they've scored 18 goals so far this Premier League season. Only Arsenal and Man City have scored more with 20. So although they don't have a main source of goals, usually that would be Cole Palmer, but he's been injured. They don't have a sole source, but they still score. Everyone's sort of contributing a bit. Garnacho's recently picked up a few. Pedro Neto will get a few. Joao Pedro, etc. So I don't know if necessarily we're looking at Delap and Joao Pedro as a potential formidable duo. I don't quite see that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if I see that just yet. But they do have goals all over the pitch. And it is, as a United fan, interesting to see Garnacho picking up a few now. Because Garnacho picking up a few for Chelsea, he's doing it in the exact same way he did at United, where he often doesn't look good, but he will still pick up a goal through sheer persistence and keep going, head down, drive a goal. So there's still goals in that Chelsea side, even if Joao Pedro and Delap don't form that relationship, as you say.
Yeah, we'll get into our score predictions for the Chelsea-Wolves game very shortly, but it's 87.5 minutes now. Eze coming off, Mosquera coming on to shore up that Arsenal and solidify the defence as they deal with another long throw that's about to be coming into the box.
Attack is the best form of defence, my friend.
Mosquera comes on.
Who came off?
AGT. Alex is licking his lips looking at this one.
Big throw-in incoming. That's all I'm saying.
He's getting excited.
Big throw-in incoming.
Nothing personal, all business.
It's all business, man. It's never personal with Kwame. It's all business.
Arsenal head.
Again, Arsenal just seem to win every header, mate.
That's it.
Offensive, defensive.
So un-Arsenal-like.
now as well.
You're hitting the ground. Go on. Stretch your legs, Decky. Stretch your legs.
Pause.
Decky is crazy.
Probably a pause.
Little Decky.
Come on, son.
Little Dicky.
Oh, my days.
Good tackle that.
See, if you had Eze on the pitch, you might have scored that one.
Xhaka, love it. Yeah, score prediction then. Chelsea-Wolves at Stamford Bridge. 8 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday night.
I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, we comfortable.
Scorers?
Let's go with Pedro Neto, and we'll go with like a random one, like a Chalobah, a little header on a set piece, a random one.
Yeah.
Minutes?
What are we doing here?
Seconds? I'm just testing your ball knowledge. It's all good, man.
He's trying to make a bet builder.
Gamble responsibly, of course.
Of course.
James, score prediction, my friend.
Oh, I think this is going to be an absolute romping, mate. I think this is going to.
So we're still talking about football, are we? Yeah. Or is this what you're doing after?
Gamble responsibly, as you said. No, it's 4-0. I think it's got a 4-0 written all over it, to be honest with you. Pedro and Delap, I think that link-up is going to look saucy. I think Caicedo is going to get himself back on the score sheet, who is actually joint top goal scorer for them on 3 goals with Joao Pedro. And I think this is the day Viva Garnacho.
Good.
And now
Rice is going for goal.
I think
That's Beckham-esque.
For a big man, he's got the high-pitched screams.
I never thought that pitch noise would come out of a big man like you's mouth, to be honest.
Wow.
He's come across it though. He's cut across it.
Swerved a bit
From
too
the angle
much.
that we saw it, people, it looked like it was going
He's
in.
cut across it. Arsenal back to the wall here, just smashing it clear at every opportunity, as Xhaka is actually at, well, I'd say centre-back, the quarterback position right now.
Oh,
he stepped on his
that's
face,
clean. That's clean.
Free kick to Sunderland.
He didn't touch him, man.
I reckon send him
How
off.
much added time is there going to be?
That's like a decision.
7 minutes
Liverpool
added time. Arms with the arms.
That's fine, mate.
Big him up.
Bring it on, mate. Bring it on.
I will go Chelsea 3-1 winners, as their opponents today, Wolves, have been granted permission by Middlesbrough to speak to Rob Edwards to get him in as the manager of Wolves, after Gary O'Neill turned down the chance to come back.
He's enjoying Sky Sports punditry.
Yeah, just
by
like
the looks of it.
Do you know what though? I do
was on today as
understand,
well.
right? I know he was on today with Darren Bent. And you'll see him after this as well.
Yeah.
But I think I don't mind it, and I think it's quite. You keep holding your integrity. Yes, you were the manager before. Yes, they like you. Very similar to Gerrard at Rangers, right? You've obviously got a track record there. If you walked in, bang, the fans, the players, they're all up again. But it's all about the timing. And for me, Gary O'Neill has had the opportunity. He's obviously taken it seriously, and he's gone, do you know what? Not right now. And listen, he was very unfairly sacked, in my opinion, the first time round. So to come back, he could, right his wrongs there. But I actually quite respect it that he's not just jumped straight back into bed with them. But obviously, Middlesbrough now got to find a manager themselves.
Yeah. No, Gary, I do like him. He kind of reminds me of how like Eddie Howe was when he took a little break from Bournemouth, and he really studied the game. So even just watching him on Sky, you could see that O'Neill, he loves the game and he's looking at every fine
Liverpool under-21 manager. Before Bournemouth.
It's fantastic, and the thing is as well, he was mentioning how he's going to different clubs. He's speaking to different managers.
Work experience.
I love that. You know, he's removed it, or not that he had an ego, but it takes a lot for you as a manager, especially when you've been sacked, to go to other clubs to ask questions with Pep and whosoever. So credit to him. Going back to the Chelsea game, I looked at it and I think Chelsea have scored about five plus goals against Wolves in the last 4 meetings. So I reckon it'll be like a 4-0. I know we haven't mentioned it, but Esteval, I reckon he'll come on and he'll kind of change the game as well. Get that out, please. Yep, lovely. Go on.
These legs on Rice.
See?
Unbelievable. No,
Esteval, and maybe like a defender might score, but it should be a comfortable win for Chelsea. It's Chelsea's game to lose, in my opinion.
I do think Esteval surely should start a game.
With his recent performance.
With his recent form, especially in the Premier League. I know he's been doing well. 92.5 minutes gone out of the 7 minimum added for the Black Cats to try and get some kind of equaliser here as they pack out the box. They're very susceptible here to a counter-attack, but Granit Xhaka is looking for that pass to thread the needle through.
Trying to go around the sides, they can't. Trying to play little 1-2s. There's a man there. That's it. Press.
They've got to get this in the box. And they do again. Declan Rice heads it away.
There. Good.
We might as well just stay on this game then for the last 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
It's definitely more exciting.
You can smell something coming.
Something might happen. There's a goal.
As Jermaine Genius once said, things are happening.
Yeah. Great quote. Really deep.
Oh, it's on!
Yes! Get it! Yes! Get it!
Things are happening.
I didn't say who for.
Is that Brian Brobbery?
Get it. Brobby.
He scored a bicycle kick.
Was that?
It looked like a little bit of a bicycle kick. I need to see the replay
players are
on that
obviously
one.
going to complain to the referee. They're saying might be a head injury in the process.
Is that ex-hacker pulling one over on his ex-teammates?
Ex-hacker?
Man,
That ball boy's got the camera out.
Wallace and Granite. Wallace and Gromit.
Asna.
He's well onside at this stage. Oh, if anything,
bit of a bicycle.
If anything, they were fouling. You were fouling them. Look.
Oh, that is a finish.
Raya, world class keeper. Yeah,
Gabriel's dragging him back as well.
Nah, that's not a foul, bro. That's not a foul.
They're gonna claim high.
His head was there because he dived into it. Do you know what I mean?
His head shouldn't be that low.
Yeah. And if anything, Gabriel had to hold his shirt. Nah, it's not a foul. That's a goal, bro.
That goal should stand. But now it's a very, 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 very nervy.
No, it's done.
Last minutes here for Sunderland. Can they hold on to this, or will Arsenal go again? 2.5 minutes to go at the Stadium of Light, which is a stadium that currently contains Robbie in it.
Shout out Sunderland, man.
Yep, brilliant.
What are we doing here? Are these set? Wait, hold on. Let's have a look.
2 goals conceded for Arsenal.
They're third in the league, Sunderland.
No, that's unbelievable. Well, they've probably just gone above Liverpool, haven't they?
They have.
I don't know if I can be too happy.
They have 1 point.
What's happened to Gabriel here? He seems to have lost his head here. 2 minutes to go.
When does he not lose his head this game?
True.
There's a few challenges. Was it Newcastle away last season, Newcastle this
should have been sent off.
Where he should have won the ball, and he's relying on the referees. He's relying on the officials.
He was poor in that Newcastle game, wasn't he? I remember.
Well,
I know he scored the goal, but it was one of his worst games. I remember.
Yeah, let Walter Marder just walk through him and score.
And it's just like, he's strong enough, but I feel like the Sunderland striker has been giving us grief the whole day.
Should have kept Eze on, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was you beat me to it. I was waiting for the opening to say, mate. This is
about concentrating.
But
this is where if Eze was on, you had a out ball. It would have been a different game.
Hold on. Do you know who got the assist?
Xhaka.
Nah.
Who?
Ballard.
Goal and assist against his form.
Goal and assist.
But let's not go too early, chaps, because Zubamendi to Mosquera. There's just over a minute to go. There'll probably be a little bit more added because of the celebrations for the goals.
Still not done.
Zubamendi from range. Arsenal have pretty much every single player up here, but they could be susceptible to a counter-attack themselves. Saka whips one in. Oh! What a block! What a block! Down by Ballard! Ballard again!
It's Ballard again!
Ole, ole!
Oh my days.
Gabriel.
Calafiori heads it. Great save.
Take a bow, son. That is unbelievable.
This little dink it over the top.
That's unbelievable from the fella.
Ozil it over the top.
Brilliant.
Corner though.
Put it in.
Great save.
Corner though.
Calafiori's header as well.
Get a last-minute winner
Corner.
once again. I feel like they are. I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Do I drop the genius quote again? Make it happen.
Say it.
Things are happening.
Oh, we said it.
Oh, it's a guarantee. Get your bet builders in.
He said it.
He's about to be collecting coins.
Saka with the ball in. What can Arsenal fashion from this late set piece? With 4 seconds remaining of the added time. It's very deep. It's headed back across.
Oh, cash out. Cash out. Cash out.
Rice has fallen.
That was like a Gerrard.
Rice has
That
fallen.
was like a Gerrard moment.
Rice is what age do you think it is for any human? You know, and they go, "Oh, I fell over," and they go, "They've had a fall."
They've had a fall.
Does that change from fell over to had a fall?
They've had a fall.
I'd say 55 personally.
55.
Oh, like that. Oh, okay.
It depends on your health regimen.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
You know if your nan,
Yeah.
your nan, she had a fall.
She had a fall.
Fell over.
Oh,
She had a fall. She had a fall.
It goes from like funny to like, it's a bit concerning that one.
She's had a fall. That's way worse than just falling over. But anyway, back to the football. Let's go
Dan
Sunderland.
Ballard, man of the match.
Dan Ballard,
man of the match.
Showing them, you know.
Go on, last bit, last
They
one,
should have kept
last
him.
one. Kick it off him.
This will be it though for Arsenal here. What can they do? Nothing.
Oh, so.
Do you know what? Credit to Sunderland Football Club. They've been absolutely fantastic this season, and this will be a very, very valuable point.
Did any
not
of you
just for them,
boys-
but mentality-wise?
Yeah. Did any of you boys watch Sunderland till I die?
Yeah, of course.
Quality.
This
Quality.
has got to be it now for Arsenal.
Come on,
98
Arsenal.
minutes
Look
gone.
up, look up.
Declan
Come on.
Rice
This
Quality
is embarrassing,
ball.
man.
whips it into the box, and it's headed down, but the keeper grabs it. And can he
That's
break
it.
away?
No.
Surely that's
Can he
it.
break?
That's it.
Tell you what, the roof did come off when
Yeah.
they got that equaliser.
That's it,
And this
surely.
should be the last kick of the game.
Beckham-esque.
And Arsenal drop points up in the northeast. It's 2-2,
wow.
it's full time.
Fair play.
Instant reaction,
Sunderland,
please,
man.
Qualms.
Oh, fair play. Sunderland are a good team. They've obviously put Chelsea to the scalp. They put a lot of teams to the scalp this season. I thought we showed character, obviously getting the goal up, but it was just seeing the game out. His lack of concentration, tired legs, you could say. I don't think it's because Eze came off, anything like that. Win your winners, win your headers, win your battles. That was a battle for Gabriel to win. Usually we look at Saliba where he might be missing or messing up at the back like that. But Gabriel as the leader, and we've spoken so highly of him, people have said that he's world class, he's one of the best centre-backs for scoring. At the back, you need to be winning those headers. And that's the difference at the moment. That's the small margin. So, yeah, I'll take a point away from home. But, again, later on down the season, is that a point, or are those 2 points that we could be, ruined with, in the sense of, like, regretting? But, no, fair play to Sunderland.
You know what that has done? The odds on you beating Chelsea's goal, not clean sheet record, the 15 goals this season, that's just been slashed. Because you just gone from 3 to 5 in about 90 minutes.
Yeah, but who said? Look, it's the media and everyone that's saying.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
That doesn't take away from the Premier League title. That's the main thing. I just mean because you had gone 10 games, 3 goals.
Yeah.
So obviously to concede 2 in one feels like a lot, considering all the clean sheets and everything that's come before
you
it.
look at the goals. The first goal was obviously a long ball. Didn't win the second ball, and Ballard was first to it. And you can't be doing that. You can't be giving away those kind of goals, especially away from home. I knew this would be a big battle because we was missing Gyökeres, and obviously Eze was playing in a different position. So yeah, and Xhaka obviously coming back. So yeah, Xhaka and Ballard have done a number on us. They've collected a point from us. So Gabriel, disappointed with him with that one. He's got to win it.
It just looked like the Brobby attacker had just kind of slipped away out of his reach. He tried everything in the book really to get him back, pulling his shirt down, and obviously appealed for the high foot in the end. But you have to give credit, as much as obviously we can get to Arsenal. I think just again this season, how good that place has been. What a fortress that Stadium of Light is turning into. Sunderland now 19 points on the board. Liverpool dropped down into 5th, who play tomorrow. Obviously, a lot of 2-2 draws today. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that.
Second double, yeah.
But Arsenal dropped 2 points. The only, 2 points dropped.
Sorry, just to say, the only thing now is that you can wish tomorrow. The only ideal result would be a draw.
Yeah.
Between you two, and I mean, you do draw a lot, but yeah, I'm just disappointed. David Raya
won the last 2.
Should have stayed. Yeah. Right. We'll see. No,
I'm saying.
But see, that's
I know, but I just feel like with this kind of game now, and how it's being built up, it'll probably end up. I'm hoping it'll end up a draw. But hey,
the one and only MKH says the bottling starts now. Arsenal RSHIT. Whereas those arrogant Arsenal arsehole fans. He's loving that one. Arsenal still winning the league though, says Henry. Let's get carried away, man, says Matt Wiper. And Liverpool are coming for you, says Raz. I mean, Arsenal, in terms of defensively, did look a bit rattled there. If you consider that to how imperious they've been, how clean they've been defensively in the last 18 months almost. I haven't really seen many teams do that to Arsenal. In terms of, a goal, the first goal, you should be clearing that. You can't be, not winning that first header. But the second goal, it was a bit of a mess defensively. And I think it's rare that we see Arsenal that kind of, it's confused at the back.
Yeah, like I said, it seems like it's tired legs. And it's always trying to rely on another man to kind of bail them out. Declan Rice was winning a lot of the balls when the crosses were coming in. And then that last ball, obviously, got flicked on. And David Raya, could you question him rushing out that quick? Should he have just stayed on his line and just allowed Gabriel and is it Bromby? What was his name? Robbery. Yeah, Robbery.
He's doing really good, mate. He got the assist against Chelsea as well. He did really good.
He's annoying, but I'm not surprised with where Sunderland are, with how they've been playing. I'm not surprised. I knew it would be one of our toughest games. This was a game I looked at and I said, all right, cool. If you can go to Stadium of Light and get a good result away from home, 8 o'clock at night, all right, cool. I'll give you that, Arsenal, and I'll say, yeah, you can go on and do something special. But that kind of brings us back down to reality. Yeah, which is something is good for us as well.
G Benger in the chat here says Arteta was absolutely stupid today, making only one sub, and the sub that we did see was obviously Eze going off, Mosquera coming on, which was working, and then obviously the big equaliser at the end maybe showed that wasn't maybe the right thing to do. How would you judge Arteta's kind of tactics and performance today, considering the injuries that Arsenal are currently facing as well?
Yeah, no. Again, I'm not gonna go down the whole injury list. It's not an excuse. We've got a good enough team to field, good enough team to play against Sunderland. The only thing that was missing is obviously Gyökeres, and it just shows you in terms of the movement and the presence that he has. Moreno, I didn't watch the game obviously because I've been here, but from what I've seen, Moreno didn't really pose a threat like Gyökeres would do.
Heavy head injury 5 minutes into the game, though, wasn't
it? Yeah. And for me, it's more or less. I know the guy said, what subs would he make, but I'm just thinking, who would have been able to come on and obviously put in a good performance? Or it's about having a presence in these kinds of games. And I'm looking at Norgard. Norgard would probably get run off the pitch in terms of with Siddiqui and Xhaka. Who else would you put in the middle there?
The one I look at, maybe you could bring him on as a Lewis Skelly just to bring a little bit of technical ability in that midfield. But again, it's you are, unless you're bringing on a Dalman or a Nwaneri who are both young, there isn't a lot of options there off the bench for Arteta anyway.
Maybe it's a thing where Arteta maybe should have gone a foot forward. So again, going back to what we were saying about Eze coming off, if maybe you put on a Dalman to kind of kill the game off, let him draw the Sunderland players to him and draw a few fouls, and that can kind of see the game out. But he went more defensively, so we kind of invited that pressure. Yeah. And it just looks like we wasn't at the races in that last five or so minutes into added time, which is a shame. It is a shame. It's a big shame that it was a battle loss for Gabriel as well. But
what I'll say as well is the 2 Sunderland goals come from sort of what we would associate Arsenal being good at, right? The first one is a long ball over the top, wins the first header. Ballard actually sort of shrugs Declan Rice off pretty well and then puts it away. And the second one's a good cross into the box, and Gabriel gets sort of throw-in. Did not come back out.
No. It came back out.
It wasn't directly from it. Was it a flick on?
And then it went back in.
Oh, okay.
It was a cross. It was
crossed in.
It was a cross. And then they headed it, and then it went into Gabriel. No, look, it's
fair play to them. Yeah.
Disappointing, but I'll take a point
Tough ground to go to this
I'll
season.
take a point because they're gonna take a lot of teams. It's gonna take a lot to beat them, especially at the Stadium of Light. But it's good to have them back in the Prem. Honestly,
yeah. Steve in the chat says not easy going to Sunderland and getting a result in their current form. Big DMC says our defence was awful today. Sunderland are in good form. They are going to give teams a run for their money. A draw, not the worst result away from home. Tomorrow's a draw. It's still 6 points, says Dre. All the teams should press their back four. No more respect for Arsenal teams. Have to go for it and believe, says Amrish. And Cornbread says the 2 goals came because we didn't sub our wingers. Saka did not want to pull his hamstring. And Kulano says a draw is not the end of the world. Let's still top of the league by 7 points. Let's see what happens tomorrow with City and Liverpool. Wasn't a free kick or a yellow card from Zubimendi for the first Sunderland goal. I think it was. I don't think it was a yellow card. I agree with the commentary at the time. It said you don't need to give a yellow card for it. Yeah, he does get contact with the ball, but I think it's maybe just before that why the ref's given the foul. But what was interesting to me is as soon as they got that free kick, Sunderland, Granit Xhaka just went like that. He went just absolutely get it up to the big dog who, Dan Ballard at centre back, who's had an amazing game against his boyhood club. Get it up to him. He'll win the flick on, and in the end, he was the one that benefited from the flick on and scored a great goal.
Yeah, great finish.
Right. Great
well,
finish.
the Broby one.
Really good finish, Ballard.
The first
so
one.
Again, I think on another day, Arsenal defend a little bit better and win that game. But today they didn't, and they have to go back down home with only 1 point instead of 3.
Yeah, the where we see where Arsenal are now is to be fair, it's international break now, so you can't quite gauge it. But in previous years, a result like this might have thrown them, might have just made them wobble going into the next game. Now let's see how they respond. Is it Tottenham next game?
We've got Tottenham when we come back.
Form perfect game to come back into.
Yeah, it goes out the window a little bit form in a North London derby, but if you're going to respond, it's a great game to respond.
Do you know what? I can already tell you the score of that game.
2-2.
2-0 Arsenal.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, clean sheet back to, but they've got a decent gap, mate. Even if City win tomorrow, they've still got a good sizable lead on them. Still 4 points. You still got a cushion, and I don't think they'll be in too much trouble. Yeah, Sunderland are one of those sides. I mean, first of all, they're having an absolute freak of a season right now. They're actually 11 places above Newcastle. I didn't think I'd be saying that to you at this point in the season last year. That is crazy the way that's turned around. But they are perfectly designed as a team to shock these big teams. They sit in that mid-low block. They're so compact. They're so physical. Yeah. Arsenal are a side who like to play the gamble with the set pieces. Sunderland themselves are very physical and adept in that area. And you were kind of playing into their hands in that last 10 minutes when you sat back and you just invited that pressure onto you. You were playing with fire there and trying to risk yourself there.
I think Arteta they were being too overconfident with defending. And sometimes it's better to be on the front foot, as you mentioned earlier. I even just thought, see the game out, just defend for your lives. But you saw even the block from Ballard, that block where obviously we could have snatched it just at the dying breath of the game, where he's flinging his whole body there. That's the kind of defending that you want. And I'm not gonna obviously slate the defense or the team. We've done so well to be in the position that we are, but it's just unfortunate because you don't want Man City or Liverpool to sniff it, because the types of teams that they are, that's something that they thrive on. And even though people are like, oh yeah, 6 points or 7 points, you still got, you got 2 games or whatever. That's all they need. You just give them a little bit of momentum and then that's it. So yeah, we've got Spurs, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Brentford. And I said November would be tough for us, but still didn't lose. A draw, I'll take a draw. Take a draw.
Speaking of draws, Tottenham 2, Manchester United 2 in the 12:30 kickoff today. Really good finish from Brian Mbeumo again, and then obviously the equaliser comes through Tell. Good finish, 84th minute, I think. Yeah. Richarlison, 91st minute. This guy's got to stop taking his top off when he thinks he's either equalised or won the game. You've got to stop. It was giving me big.
It's big aura though.
It's not aura because you get a yellow card.
He was at the end of the game. Ekitike did that a few weeks ago. His aura was through the roof. No, against the championship side.
He was on the verge of tears, bro. He was on the verge of tears. Richarlison. After he scored his goal, shirt off. Who was it that held it? Someone held up his shirt to the crowd as well. Stop it, will you? Stop it.
But then, Matthijs de Ligt
Big goal.
Gets an equaliser, another header in a game full of headers, really. Yeah. That goal, gives United the point that they, thought they were going home with 3, but it wasn't to be in the end. But as someone who was at the game, talk to us about that kind of last 15 minutes, the emotions between both teams.
Yeah, you know what? Just quickly before I get to that as well, one thing I'll say, right? And when I go to a game, one of the things I enjoy most is seeing and hearing the stadium fill up. I enjoy that because it sort of ramps up as you get to kick off. The songs start going, the chants start going, you hear the away end. I like that part of being at a game. When you're at Spurs, all you can hear is highlight show reels being played on the screen, someone with a mic playing games, they got a quiz going on before the game. It's too much, bro. And there's music, you can't hear any chants. It's so Americanized. It's so Americanized. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Were you in the away end or home end?
The Spurs.
That's a rough one.
I had to keep it nice.
Come on, man.
That's why he was fuming when he saw Richarlison slot.
You know what? Richarlison celebrated right in front of me. Right in front of me. Like, I was right there in the depth.
That's who he was getting his shirt out to, mate. He saw you in the crowd.
Yeah, fuming. But yeah, the game as a whole. What was your original question?
Just the last 15
minutes. Last 15.
You go from winning the game to potentially losing it to getting a draw. Every bit of the emotional rollercoaster.
This is the thing. So with United, I feel like last season our problem was we couldn't score goals. We can score goals now, but the problem is when the opposition team decide to ramp up the pace, we can't slow it down and control it. Against Nottingham Forest, they came out second half really on top, really quick, putting crosses into the box. We couldn't just get the ball, slow it down, keep possession, and just calm the game down, essentially. Again, against Spurs, basically the whole second half, they were on us. Until they equalised, they were pretty much on us, and we couldn't really maintain and control the game. One thing that was unfortunate that went against us was that Cesco goes off injured. We don't have another sub. So for the last 10 minutes of the game, we were down to 10 men. That's unlucky. Maybe it's bad man management, whatever you want to make of it. It's a bit unlucky there. But yeah, Tottenham, I mean, it's 2 deflected goals, but I also think it comes off the back of them creating pressure, getting on top of us, and then De Ligt, monstrous header at the back, and he has been unbelievable this season. I actually thought he might have done a little bit better with the goal that Tell scored. Tell just sort of managed to just create a little bit of space, but it was good from Tell. It was good from Tell. Overall, though, as a United fan, I feel like over the past 2 games, it feels like 4 points dropped. It does feel like 2 games where we've gone into half-time 1-0 up. Like I said, we just needed to control the game. And this is the problem, right? And these are the question marks that I have with Ruben Amorim, right? When you play 2 in midfield, you're always going to struggle to control the tempo of the game, calm it down, speed it up, slow it down when you want. It's always going to be difficult. And then especially when Casemiro went off and Agate comes on, their second goal doesn't happen if Casemiro's on the pitch because Sarr runs off the back of Agate. Or was that their first goal? He runs off the back of Agate, plays the ball in, they get the cross in and they score. So overall, a bit disappointed. But one thing I will say as well, sat with the Spurs fans, they were ready to have a go at anything. They were ready to erupt at any moment.
Sorry to cut you as well, because they were booing. Wasn't they booing Tell when he came on? For Simmons.
Really booing him, man.
Like what was that about? Like I don't understand.
Not a fan of him. Not sure exactly what it is. I don't think it can't be anything too specific, right? I can't imagine he's done anything wrong other than.
I know a lot of Spurs fans. All I can think is he. A lot of Spurs fans I've spoken to thought he was very overcredited. Didn't rate his qualities at all and thought he was getting too much of an easy ride. And I have heard a lot of unrest very commonly through Spurs fans every time I speak to them. Tell, we're still playing this Tell guy. And these deluded Spurs fans. I think when you have a certain subsect of fans that really rate him and another that don't, it's always going to bubble over into something. I don't rate that personally, your whole club booing someone. I never really get on board with that, but...
No, I'm not a fan of that.
I've heard it coming for a while.
85 minutes, there's a big chance for Cesco, who goes through. Van der Ven does a great job in getting back and putting him off. It is a good flick on by Cesco, and Bruno sets it up for him absolutely on a plate.
Mount on that.
Sorry, Mount, I should say. When you look at that kind of chance, that's why you bought him, to finish that kind of chance off, isn't it?
Why is he laughing?
I remember we was on the show.
Yeah, and that's calm. We will still have that conversation. Don't worry. On that specific chance. First of all, right. Credit to Van der Ven, first of all, because not a lot of centre-backs have the recovery pace to make that challenge. Not many centre-backs get there, right? Cesco, if he's a confident goal-scoring striker at the moment, what he probably does is his first touch is A, a little bit further forward, and B, going onto the stride to be hit on his left foot. What he tries to do is bring it in onto his right foot. That allows Van der Ven the time to get in and make the challenge.
Or you even just... I'm looking at him now, right? What you could do...
Yeah, it's a lack of experience. He's right-footed.
So he's right-footed. In my opinion, when that ball comes in, he's got to be angling his body to whip that across the keeper first time. Do not take it.
He touches it with his right foot, but his touch flicks it onto the right. If he drags it across to his left foot, first touch there, drag it to the left, and then...
He could have.
Open your body up and whip it past the keeper.
But this is where, yes, let's look at me like that. His inexperience is obviously there. He's still a 22-year-old striker, right?
Now we're talking about age.
Now injured, yeah, that's worrying. Ruben Amorim said he's quite worried about him because it looks like a knee injury, which is not great. That's really troubling.
Could be anything.
Is this the first? Didn't he start as well?
No, he didn't start. No, he only came on with about 15 minutes.
A lot of money, mate. A lot of money, and you're not starting.
That's okay, but you know what it is, right? You know what it is.
It's not just me.
You know what it is, right? I hear what you're saying. But it's not like he's not starting because Xerxes starting. He's not starting because we've got Ahmad and Buemo and Cunha, 3 very good quality players. Or if it's not Ahmad or if it's not Cunha, it's Mount. Again, good quality player. I'd hear your argument if, like I say, I don't know, if Højlund was still at the club and we had bought Cesco and Højlund was starting, then I'd understand. But it is good quality players that are starting over him, and there's reasons why he's not starting, like every single game.
But you spend that much on a natural number 9 to get you goals. He's meant to be the big man to push you forward. You're clearly having struggles in that department consistently over an extended period of time.
Over the cracks.
And you're not playing him.
Talking about
that has fundamentally got to be a big issue from either the recruitment or the manager. The fact that you spend that much on a striker because Højlund was under-delivering, and yet you're still not starting him, and therefore he's not getting any confidence. You say he's not that confident striker. How's he going to become that confident striker?
He's still playing, though. He's still playing. What do you mean? He's not.
Højlund showed more.
No.
He had a litany of clubs. If he went to
constantly coming off the bench. No, he wouldn't. But all right, we're just talking hypothetics here. Like, we have no idea. And he's not constantly coming off the bench, right?
How many games has he started? He's hardly started any games.
He started a few, but my point is with Cesco is it's fine. Like, this whole panic stations, you spent money. Who was the left back you lot bought in the summer? I forget his name. The Colombian. Yeah, he's not starting. What's the issue? There is no issue. Calafiori's doing fine. He will be bled in when needed and when called upon.
Two different positions.
Fine. Sorry?
Is it bled?
2 goals in 11 matches, though. Not the best.
Yeah,
it's not the best. And I've got a quote here from Berbatov, who said,
what did Berby say? Go on.
After Cesco misses a chance like that and then gets injured out of it, then maybe you're not ready to step into the game that is a full-speed game and lack of confidence.
That's why Arteta didn't.
Brother, come on, man! It's a knee injury. Where that could have been a jolt stuck on, like get your stud stuck into the pitch. That could be anything. That's not really.
Mindset.
It's not a hamstring.
Ready. He's not ready for the Premier League.
That comment there, it's not like it's a hamstring injury where you go, oh, his body's not quite up to it. It's a knee injury. A knee injury can happen in any circumstance. If it was a hamstring, groin, I'd get that comment, but it's not. He's still better than Gyökeres.
I think he's a poor man's Gyökeres.
All right,
he's not a poor man's Gyökeres, bro. Gyökeres has scored.
He is a poor man. He's a poor man's Højlund.
How many goals has Gyökeres scored in the Premier League?
That's too far.
I don't need to pull it up. He scored more.
He
than
scored
Cesco.
3.
He scored more than Cesco.
He scored 3, and one of them was a pen.
He scored more than Cesco. He showed more than Cesco.
We're gonna have this argument. We're gonna have this argument every week, and I'll tell you the same thing every week, bro.
It's not even an argument. You might as well just bring up another striker. Bring up someone else.
Come, we'll see at the end of the season.
We'll see at the end of the season, won't we?
One plays for someone who's top of the table, and one plays for a team who about a month ago, a lot of the fans wanted the manager out.
He's not going to be there. Cesco is not going to be in the team. Gyökeres will be.
We shall see. And like I said, I've said this before, Gyökeres will still score more goals. That's fine. He plays for a better team. He gets more service. He'll score more goals.
And he's a better player.
Footballer.
That just shows you.
Footballer is Benjamin Cesco.
Then he wouldn't have done what he
doesn't play with Tim's on.
He doesn't play at all, so he doesn't play at all, really.
Just quickly before we go, because this show could roll on for another hour, but we're actually stopping at 8 because these two are probably going to have a scrap. Quickly, just before we go, can I get score predictions for Man City, Liverpool tomorrow night?
Big game.
I say tomorrow night, it will feel like it, because it will probably be pitch black at 4:30.
I'm actually going to go... bit on the fence here, but I think I'm going to go 1-1. I could see a 1-1. Yeah, I could see a 1-1.
JT?
I'm going to have to back Liverpool in this. I did actually think last week against Bournemouth City were actually really impressive. I actually liked their performance quite a lot. But with Arsenal dropping points like this, Man City are so heavily reliant on Haaland. Liverpool, I think this is going to give them the bit between their teeth. I do think you'll edge it 2-1.
Love that, mate. I think 2-1 as well. That's what I've gone for all week.
2-2, mate.
2-2
or City are winning at home, mate. There's no way Liverpool are going to win that.
Why not? If City win, they're 4 points off Arsenal.
I just feel like Man City are not going to allow Liverpool to leave with 3 points.
That's what they tried last year, and we still did.
Nah, I feel like this moment right now is different. This is different.
You're just salty because you lost, man.
I'm not even salty. Look how humble I've been. I'm not salty at all, bro.
If you have to say, look how humble I am.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not upset about it. I'm not
upset
about
it. Let us know in the chat. Neil says all this for a 1-0. He said there. Repeat of last season, says MKH. And 2-0 Liverpool, he also says as well. Well, somehow that's been, by the way, as we literally watch the two sets of teams at the Stamford Bridge going head-to-head now. They're obviously this weekend in this country. There is a moment of silence or a minute of memory almost for the Poppy appeal and obviously the end of the war. So myself, AG2, we've got Big JT, we've got Big Nick and Big Qualms in the building. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure that you come back after the international break. No Saturday football show next week because we've got the boxing.
Yeah. Huge fight.
Tell him who's fighting.
This is Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben 2. Is it going to be repeat? Is it going to be revenge? Will Eubank make it 4 fights, 0 losses for the lineage? Or will Conor Ben exact his revenge? It's going to be an exciting one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium you were just speaking about. So make sure you tune in next week for that.
That's next Saturday, 8 o'clock. Yeah. And then the Saturday football show will be back this following Saturday, where Liverpool, I think, are home to Nottingham Forest. And obviously the big game in that fixture week is, of course, Tottenham versus Arsenal. Very big game. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Smash that like button. Get your comments in and subscribe to DR Sports. Don't forget FCM tomorrow, as well as the watch-along for Manchester City, Liverpool. That's with FJ, Doyle and Dylan, I believe. And then on Monday, of course, we're all back around this table for the weekend roundup show on DR Sports. So I'm really looking forward to that. But until then, take care of the Black Cats.
Don't forget, join us on the 14th, Friday the 14th of November. We're going to be doing a 12-hour live stream.
12 hours.
Continuous, right? To raise money for the victims of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. There's a lot of people down there been suffering. So come, join us. We're going to raise money. It's going to be chaos.
We are raising money for 12 hours. I know something that you cannot believe. Jamaica, we have a charity stream. You know that way there, man. You know that way there. Come on, fam.
Join us on Friday. It's going to be mayhem.